Oh boy. So, what you got here, bud?
Got a new set of wheels.
What size wheels are those?
These are,
Some awkward measurements. And then I also see we have some spacers here.
well,
How about you explain to me what your goal right now here is with this?
all right, so I basically bought these Trax, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with them. So I got this awesome idea to put them on my M3. So these are converting.
More
5x120.
specifically, this M3.
So basically, those are 5x4.5, and these are 5x120. So I got some spacers, and it's definitely not the right way to do it, but we're going to do it anyways. So we're going to get suspension up, and
This is for low speed only, of course, on a closed road.
we're going to try and do a burnout on them because they're fresh, man. They still got the little nipples on them.
So I guess the goal is to mount them, attach this weird bracket doohickey to them, attempt to figure out something, and then take off a jump.
There's a little embankment down there we can try and launch it off of. It's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be really hard to operate, not only because it's a M3 on tracks with rollovers, but because it's...
Other than that,
it is only 2-wheel drive, and usually you operate these in 4-wheel drive. But they roll pretty smooth, so we'll see how that goes. I'm still gonna try it.
I don't see how this could go wrong.
No, this is a great idea. We'll take it into town. I'm really into college.
We're going to the drive. You know, I appreciate that. And I am quite hungry. Why don't you go over what's going on with this M3? I see we got something here that normally isn't here.
Yeah, this is a 95 M3. It's got a S50, the original S50 with 5-speed, and that is a BorgWarner S366. I have yet to have this thing tuned correctly, so I don't really know if it's what kind of power it makes or anything. But that's one of my many projects that are also broken. But you know, it looks cool just sitting here.
So we
As
have
you can see, I really care about the paint that's on it.
I mean, this doesn't seem to be your only E36 that's also in the shop.
This is not the only E36. This is also a 95. This is a 325i with a M3 S52 that's broken. But it's got a bad bearing on cylinder 1, I think it was, on this one. Funny story, actually, I did the same thing with this one as I did with that one. I over-revved the engine while doing donuts.
Because you have another one. That's right. Another E36.
But yeah, so you know, that's that. This is my other E36. This is a 99 M3. As you can see, she's there.
Is also broken?
Yeah, this was like my pride and joy, and I blew it up doing donuts. And that's kind of a trend.
Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a pattern.
But yep, same thing. Cylinder 1, rod bearing bad, so I'm trying to put some stuff together to get that fixed. But that is a S52 with a 6266 precision. But both of these are pretty much the same motors, just different turbos.
Yeah, but this one actually is really nice. But again,
this one ain't got nothing in it. That's protecting. It's like a protecting film.
you also notice this is the only one that he actually has the windows up in. Oh wait, no, I lied. Is that one down? I would say try to keep the dust out, but you know.
Oh no, she's wide open. There's nothing in here to keep the dust off of.
And then we have another BMW. You guessed it, a 3 Series, sitting here in the dust, which would be the last car you'd think would be sitting all the way in the back doing nothing.
This 2007 335i with a M3 front end and a kind of hacked together industry garage over fender kit and some extremely wide BBS RSs for no reason.
Yeah, we'll get a reference on the ridiculous size wheels and tires he has on this thing.
They're stretching 315s.
Can barely fit the whole thing in the camera, and yes, they are stretching 315s. I mean, fit my whole hand in there.
Yep.
Now I gotta get the dust off of it, but yeah. That's my good dust.
I've been working years on that. All right, this is my 2022 Can-Am XRS Double R.
This was a last year special. Well,
Yeah,
last year special.
It was a leftover. It was leftover from 2023, but it's a 22.
And the only new thing in this shop.
It is the only new thing in this shop. And it's the only thing in this shop that is not broken or a piece of crap. So, well, actually, I take that back. That one's not broken. It's just been neglected since 2019.
It's
12.4, by the way.
Hasn't been moved.
This is the beater. This is I can't remember what year this thing is. 2015, I think. RZR 1000 that I bought from somebody with a bad transmission, and it was completely set up for short course, and we threw some 32s on it and lifted the front end and
mow down trees. This is the field clearer.
It's still completely set up except for the wheels, or except for the tires and the suspension. Everything else is still set up like a short course car. So like there's no filters or anything back here, but we still get the mud like. So she'd be slipping.
Relocate a radiator to the back.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff done to it, but
fully set up.
It's a beater.
Did you ever take out the air breather filter?
I did
even
not.
for short course, yeah.
I did not, but it stopped working, and then I flipped the switch a bunch of times, and it started working again. So basically, I fixed it.
Why were you worried about it not working to begin with? What did you use it for? It's like
there might be a day when I need it.
Smelly air blowing on your face.
This is a 2014 LTZ 400.
All new sensors, right?
Yeah. You guessed it. Bought this one broken, and it stayed broken for a while too. So I thought it was the injector at first. It was stuck open, so I bought an injector, and I cheaped out and bought an Amazon one, and basically went around the block after that. Replaced every injector, the fuel pump, or not every injector, every sensor, the fuel pump, the ECU. Dumped a bunch of new parts into it just to come back to the injector and find out I bought a cheap injector. So,
and for whatever reason, these LTZ sensors apparently not cheap.
They are super proud of them. Like,
not
they're
cheap.
Really. Apparently, they can like cure cancer.
All right, last two things in case anybody noticed in the background. How about that cart and that sweet scooter up top there on top of your paint booth?
That is Haas. I'm not sure what year that thing is, but that's a Haas shifter cart. It's actually a super cart with a 250cc Yamaha engine that's bored and stroked, and that thing's ridiculous. That's the fastest thing I own.
That's why it's up there, to avoid the temptation of driving it all the time and killing yourself.
Well, I also needed the space for like, other junk.
Yes.
I mean, high quality junk. And that's just a piece of crap ruckus. That one day, like everything else, I will eventually do something with. But you forgot about the other thing back there. That I think is cool, and everybody else is like, why do you have it?
I forgot about this one. I truly did. And the last project.
This is a 1985 Honda Odyssey FL350. I was gonna put a 500cc Arctic Cat twin-cylinder snowmobile two-stroke engine on it, but then I decided I think probably an R1 motor sounds better. I've been collecting like A-arms, and I'm gonna use this BMW rear suspension on it. That's 328 rear suspension. Yeah, one day, after I do every other project this year, I'll get this one together. So it'll probably never get together. This will be one of those forever projects.
Well, in the meantime, I don't know about you, but I think we have M3 we gotta put some tracks on.
Oh yeah. Let's do this.
Let's see what we can do. All right, so wheel off, M3 off the ground. And assuming you're running into the first project issue. So this car has wheel studs on it, which normally BMWs come with these annoying wheel bolts that make putting the wheels on and off a nightmare. So to fix this, he put studs in place, but these studs happen to stick out further than the spacer. So we're probably gonna have to address that so that doesn't come in contact with anything. But thankfully the hub on the Trax themselves seem to have not enough space, so never mind. We're going to probably find some wheel bolts in this place, see what we can come up with. You mean out of everything in here, you don't have any in here? Out of everything in the shop, you don't have any wheel bolts in here?
I keep the good stuff in here.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2.
I love how you just knew of a random bolt pile on your property somewhere that happened to have the wheel bolts. No one knows your area better than you, brother.
Good point. Valid point. Ooh, we're probably going to need a torque wrench. That's probably smart to torque them.
Brother,
I said smart, probably. That don't mean that we're
putting Trax on an M3. You're worried about torquing down these things?
Well, yeah, I want to get the best that they have to offer.
Well, I see we have one right here. Should be good.
Yeah, that's the good one. That's not the one that I break bolts loose with.
Of course. All right, I'm gonna take those bolts back off. Get this junk off. All right, gun acquired. Allen key, right? Or are those the torque? That's an Allen key. Ah, where's your Allen keys at?
I wanted to get different wheels for this car anyway, so Trax it is. Oh,
break time. Give us a win. Oh Lord. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Nice.
got that one to spin. All right, maybe I could do that.
All right. Well, we'll resume this once we removed all four of them. All right. So we ran into a couple roadblocks here. Why don't you talk me through what we have going on here? Why this?
Everything's going smooth except for the fact that they don't fit.
What do you mean they don't fit? This is like they were made for this.
We're ready to hit the ski slope. And I think what we need is a set of OEM struts for the front. Because those Racelands are too...
They are very short. Yeah. They're already short. Do you have any stock struts here?
No, I don't have any stock. Either that or some ridiculous spacers. I'm kind of thinking ridiculous spacers.
I'm kind of thinking both.
I want to keep it low.
Yes. Because that's what you look for in a vehicle that has tracks. Is want it to be low too.
Well, we still want it to perform. This is an M3, top of this class in 95.
Yes. All right, so I guess we got kind of a plan, but the issue we're having is, for one, we're hitting here. This is, and to cut into this would require to physically cut into the unibody because this isn't just a panel, this is actually the body behind it. And these high quality Raceland coilovers pretty much almost maxed out as it is. So we need more height. So if we can get enough height, we can lower this down a little bit more to be good. And to give us a little more clearance on the hub, maybe a little thicker spacer, but we'll try one at a time and go from there. Oh, there it goes.
I'm thinking we need some sort of lift kit.
That may be the move. They sell lift kits on eBay pretty cheap for these things.
For these? I've never even looked for one.
E36s? Oh yeah, there's people who rally them.
Spacers that go on top.
Yeah.
They'll definitely be going on something because I'm gonna buy the parts to put them on like these. But
Yeah. Yeah, but
they deserve to go on something that they don't put on.
absolutely. All right. On that note, see y'all later.